felt that marriage is then between a man and a woman. I grew up in a traditional lifestyle. That's the way I felt. Senator Reed, myself, and a lot of people have always felt that way. But even though I feel the way I do, I never went out of my way to try to inflict pain on anybody else. I just vote the way I vote. Those guys work that issue, they work that issue. I don't care that issue. I'm not going to sort it out. It's not my responsibility to figure out, you know, and to champion that cause. So Derek, that's my answer right there. I'm just kind of a 1950s guy, traditional guy. But on top of that, let me tell you this though. I had cancer about 4 years ago, and I about died, okay? And I can tell you that it's not love that gets you through those things sometimes. You always hear this love, you know, and it is a positive attitude. I want you to know, if you don't have a positive attitude, you can make it. But you need to have love, you know? And you don't get love just out of the clear blue. You have to have a friend. You know, somebody that cares about you and will give you love, and give you compassion, and give you that kind of stuff. I have no problem with people loving anybody they want to love, especially when they're hurting and they need help and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really, Derek, look to point out anybody. I don't care.
Well, can I just follow up on that? So I'm assuming that you're a very traditional guy. And I personally, I know a lot of people don't believe this, but I don't need everyone to agree with me. Shut up, you guys. So we can go there.
Is that a New Year's resolution?
There's got to be a question coming.
So my point is this. Right now we have DOMA, the Defense of Marriage Act, and it's a federal thing, and it keeps people from states who have marriage equality. It keeps those people who have marriages in those states from doing things like, for instance, I can't sponsor, even if I'm married in, say, DC, I can't sponsor a partner who's from another country because I don't have rights, the same rights that you have to do that. You can go and buy a Ukrainian sex bride with a credit card. I can't, okay? There's a bit of a disconnect there constitutionally. There's all sorts of tax laws that I can't benefit from because I can never be legally married to someone of the same sex. So my question is this. If your traditional values, which I accept, are your traditional values, do you think that your traditional values should supersede my American citizenship?
No, I don't. I personally just tell you what I think. I don't think there's ever been a bill that I've ever chased. You know, I pretty much am the way I think I am, and I just go from there. Derek, if 20 people around me are voting a certain way, that's their thing. You know what I mean? I don't agitate. I just go out. I really like people, you know, and then people are going to make their own choices. People are going to do the things they want to do. It's not my responsibility. It's not my duty to figure out. See, being a white Mormon male, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm kind of boring. You know what I mean? I mean, really. But that's what I want to do. If somebody else wants to do something like that, like in our church, the splinter group, polygamous, I'm not for that, but I don't go out of my way to distract the world with them. You know, I just kind of go out and just take care of my little family.
So the vote came on the floor for marriage equality, and it came out today. Would you support yea or nay for it today?
Well, let me step back, because I do understand one thing. We did have a bill that had something to do with contracts, but that didn't solve the problem that...
That's domestic partnership. Right? It's like, it's like a colored drinking cup. It's not good.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, but if you want to drill down, I'm not going, like, I have never had you guys, whoever you guys are, but this group, come after me on one bill that, like Lake Tahoe or anything I'm interested in. I've never went after you guys on any bills. I mean, you just come to my office, tell me what you think, let me know, we discuss it. I don't have my mind made up, but I can tell you I am very traditional, and you'd have to answer me your question one more time if you want.
If there was a bill that came before you on the floor for marriage equality, as of today, vote for it, yes or no?
I guess my question would be if I understood what all the equality was, and I have one thing I want to tell you. This is, I personally do not care if people get married. I don't care if a man marries a woman. Some people never get married. Some people have disabilities and can't have a chance of marriage. I don't think we should be teaching in school anything about marriage, to be honest with you. I think if people grow up and they want to get married, they go get married. I probably would want to hear your issue and have it discussed to me before I make that decision, because I don't know the bill yet, okay? But knowing how I'm thinking right now, who I am, you'll have to make that assumption. I just need to see the bills.
This is the second question, and Andrew has many more people. Given current growing approval, 53%, shouldn't all elected poll his or her constituency and then vote representing the majority vote? So if 53% approve of marriage equality, shouldn't you as an elected official poll your constituency and then vote representing the majority vote?
Good question. Here's how it works when you get elected, okay? You have all the power in the world to elect who you want to elect. When I put my little stick out and I want to be elected, you have every right to ask me every single question you want. And it is incumbent upon you to figure out who you're voting for. But when I get up to the state legislature, basically what you've done is you've handed me your vote. Now I can reach out and talk to you and do all that kind of stuff, but pretty much you have to support people who you know will vote the way you want to. I am not a single issue guy, but if you're a single issue person, you might say he's not clear cut enough for me. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. But once an elected official gets elected, you basically have told him, you represent me and I know what your thoughts are and stuff like that. And you either accept it or you don't accept it. But I don't know a 53% poll from a 20% poll, Eric. You have to come up lobby me, tell me what the bills are, work with me, sir.
You know, I just want to clarify this because some of my students have heard the terms used before, trustee and delegate. You know, trustee is somebody who's given us the portfolio and says, do your best. A delegate can only do what he